pressure, pressure, pressure. But they have to play offense. You know, they're going to turn the ball right back over here.
Yeah, not that much offense. Second down and 13.
Yeah, you don't want to give it up, but
nope.
That's the reason they were tossing it. There's the 3 timeouts.
More conventional this time. They want to stop it as quickly as they can. Take a timeout. That took 6 seconds off the clock. So now you've got 29 seconds, and we can tell you that right after the game, it's the Volkswagen post-game report. Michelle on the field as always, interviewing the stars of the game. Lee McHugh will wrap up the action from here and around the league. Chris and I preview next Sunday's Bears-Rams matchup. That's coming up right after the game. Cowboys in jeopardy now. We're going to 5-4, and Philadelphia would be in a tie for first place, with Philly taking on New England next week. Dallas goes to Detroit next week. Trying to take some time off the clock. Stop him there. That took 5 seconds. So you've got 24 seconds now with the ball at the 10-yard line. Next Sunday night, you'll see Khalil Mack and the Bears. They won today. Knocked off Detroit to snap their losing streak against the Rams, who were upset by the Pittsburgh Steelers today. 7 Eastern time for football night from the Coliseum. Bears, Rams next week on Sunday Night Football. So now you work your best punt block if you're the Dallas Cowboys. You've got such a thing.
Yeah, but you'd have to recover it, right? Because if it went out of the end zone, then they would get a chance to punt it out of here. Obviously, you wouldn't take a safety here and make it a 2-point game, but everything factors in. Just catch it and kick it is what they were telling Colquitt on the sideline.
Tavon Austin to run it back. And he gets it away. And from the 45, boy, he had a lot of room to run, and he called for the fair catch.
I'm sure he was told that because they wanted to save all the time they could for the offensive end of things. But
man, he had at least 10 yards.
Yeah, he did.
More.
Maybe they're thinking they already have enough room for a Hail Mary or whatever it is that they want to do, but I'm sure that was killing him to fair catch that one.
Yeah, nearest Viking was, I looked at that replay, 17 yards away. But they conserved a few seconds. Now you've got 17 seconds. Don't have a timeout. Prescott retreating, firing to the sideline, almost intercepted. And for Jarwin, and it's Alexander who breaks it up. That took 6 seconds off the clock. Got 11 now.
A little pressure on the outside that time from Danielle Hunter. And I'm going to guess at this point you're going to see Zimmer call a blitz. You do not want a Hail Mary happening. It takes a lot of time to get that down the field. They only have 4 pass rushers up there, though, so they are not going to do it. We've seen other people in this situation attack it.
4 on the line, and you see everybody else is back. Prescott, a little bit of extra room here out at the 50-yard line is Jarwin.
I think they just needed a little bit for the Hail Mary. Maybe whatever the range is of Dak Prescott, they felt like they needed to pick up a few. That wasn't many, though.
He's going to have to launch this one to get it to the end zone, roughly 60 yards in the air. He backs up and then just flings it.
Now they're going to jam him at the line of scrimmage. I like that, too.
All right, Prescott looking to the outside. He's going to try to buy a little more room, and he does, as Jarwin takes that out of bounds. And they'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line.
Wouldn't you rather have multiple Hail Marys with that time on the clock?
Can't have enough Hail Marys. Well, you got Minnesota and you've got Dallas, and all I can think about is Drew Pearson right now. after the Hail Mary started. Prescott buying time, launching one. A whole passel of guys in the end zone. It's going to be intercepted to end the game. J-Rod Curse puts an exclamation point on a big Minnesota road win. And Kirk Cousins, I think, has had his signature win as a Minnesota Viking.
And a great game. That, ironically, was the only turnover of the entire game. These two teams played a very clean game, up and down the field. But for the Minnesota Vikings, could not have been bigger. And now I think for the Dallas Cowboys, a very tough schedule looms large because the Eagles' schedule is much, much easier.
The Eagles do have New England next week, and Dallas has Detroit. Here it is again, flinging it to the end zone. Got almost a dozen guys in there, and Curse goes high and brings it down. Up next, Volkswagen postgame report after these messages from your NBC station.